and this is the birthday workout for the year. I'm going to be turning 47 on Sunday. I like to think that I'm already most of the way there, but I am so excited that you're all joining me. I have had so much fun reading up on some of the comments of the past episodes that I've done with the workouts, and everybody's been asking for more workouts with Amber. So today I'm going to take you through some of my favorite exercises. We're going to do three 10-minute segments. If you have a whole body vibration platform that is made by Life Pro that has a 15-minute preset program versus a 10-minute preset program. I'm going to make sure with mine are all 10-minute preset, but we do make some models that are 15-minute preset. So if you should see that I'm resetting mine and yours continues to keep going and you want to keep going and you want to do two 15-minute programs instead of three 10-minute workouts, it's totally up to you. But my machines are set up for just 10 minutes. I'm using the Waver Mini for part of it. I'm going to do all upper body with the Waver Mini. I'm going to do with the Rumble X Plus, which is the one you see over here. The Rumble X Plus will be set on a P2 program. So if you're not familiar with how to set that up, I want you to choose the P button on your machine, push it twice until you see P2 light up in red, and then you're going to push start. And that's a 10-minute preset program. It is my favorite because it is rapidly changing through all the different settings. I don't have to think, I just get to move. And again, I'm going to take you through some of my favorite exercises that I have ever taught over the last 6-7 years with the Life Pro vibration platforms. I'm going to start off with a very, very easy progression for those of you who are just getting started, or those of you who are limited or just don't want to put in the energy today. We're going to start out really easy, and we're going to progress our way up or advance it to those who are like die hard and go in, all in, like energy, lots of sweat, lots of burning. And remember, when you feel your body burning, that is your fat crying. That is your body adapting, adjusting. If you are suffering from any kind of an injury, whether it is back pain, hip pain, we're going to start out nice and easy. And I'm going to take you through a day in the life of Amber routine. I do these exercises on a daily basis, whether I am doing it for leaning out, whether I'm doing it for stress management, or whether I'm doing it just to keep my body at optimal performance environments so that I can live my best life forward as the years continue to roll on. I get younger and younger from a cellular standpoint. That's what's really important. When you're trying to look at where the scale is tipping, fat loss, weight loss is not always going to reflect on the scale. It's about how the lean muscle mass kind of weighs itself in proportion to fat mass, and fat mass and muscle mass in proportion to what we should be healthy is going to be a little different on the scale. So I quit weighing myself a long time ago. And when I stopped weighing myself and started doing the exercises with intention of just getting stronger and feeling my best self, that's when the weight actually disappeared. And I didn't even know it was happening until I happened to get on the scale. And I was like, whoa, where did the 10 pounds go? Because I didn't feel like there was a big 10-pound drop off, but looked it and felt it, but just didn't notice that there was a difference that fast because I wasn't paying any attention. And how we think is how our body allows our cells to heal, as well as can cause more inflammation. Our own thinking is the root cause to most of our problems. So from a hormonal standpoint, from a cellular standpoint. So if you are trying to do these workouts that we all love to share with you in our live sessions, don't do it with the intention of fat loss or weight loss. Do it with the intention of being the best version of yourself possible and feeling good. And just notice the change. Notice what you can do, not what you aren't experiencing. Because when you start recognizing through gratitude what you're grateful for and what you are able to do, what you can do, the weight and the scale will tip in your favor over time. But if you're keeping a really close eye on it, that in itself can actually cause more of a delay in the results that you're looking for because of how it changes our hormonal shifts just by how we're thinking and how frustrated we can be. So it's about living your best self, not about living your skinniest self. However, I will tell you, the older that I've gotten since working for Life Pro, I have gotten younger looking and I've gotten leaner, thinner. I weigh less now than I have my entire adult life, not trying. I don't diet. I'm not keeping track of calories or macros. I am just moving because movement is medicine, motion is lotion, and working on my head game, working on the mental game, working on the spirit game. So as long as you are working on yourself from a mental standpoint, you're doing the work, you're learning how to grow within yourself, being in tune with emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, you are going to age younger as you get older because your body is allowing you permission to do that because you are truly living in spirit and surrendering. And that is what this series is all about, is vibing and glowing as you're growing and becoming the best version of yourself possible in mind, body, and spirit, full circle, because you're only as strong as your weakest point and you're only as effective as your sloppiest movement, but you're only as strong as your weakest thought. So make sure that we are mind strong today and we're proud. 47. When you think of 47, I think of a lot of women who have told me when they hit 40, they freak out. It's like when you hit 40, it's like all crap goes wrong in your body. That's when you start to feel different, the hormones shift, like sex goes right out the door because you have no interest in it because of how the hormones fluctuate. 40 is that age that everybody's scared to death of. It was some of my worst years, to be honest with you. Had a total hysterectomy like right around that time frame, so my whole identity shifted. Pandemic hit right after that. I am 3 years short of 50 and I can't wait because I am leveling up every single year. And you can go back and watch my birthday workouts from 2020 and 2021, and I look about 40 pounds heavier because that's how I felt about myself. And now I'm, weighing in at about 135, 138 pounds, and never thought I could bust under 150 until it happened just by chance with Life Pro. And it's all about managing the stress. When you manage your mind, when you manage the stress, the body will respond and will work in your favor. When you're thinking and living your life in stress and you're fearing and you're just in chaos or just worried about so many things, the body worries with you and it puts you in a state of survival, fight or flight mode. It is impossible, my friends. It is impossible to lose weight, to lose fat when you're in fight or flight mode because your body can survive on fat forever, but your body cannot use muscle for fuel forever because it takes too much energy to break it down. So your body will feast, it will actually eat and destroy your muscles in order to keep you alive, and it will preserve the fat for as long as it has to because of how fat works within our system, metabolically speaking. So make sure that you're managing your mind, managing your stress, you're celebrating you, looking at you in the mirror and loving you every single day, just as you are, and celebrating what makes you great. What are your strengths? Working on where you're weaker in mind, body, and spirit, and making sure that you are truly living up every hour because I'm grateful for 47 years. I am so excited to be here talking with all of you. Back in 2005, I was suffering 8 spinal injuries, head trauma, and I looked like a totally different zombie. Lots of medication, 23 pills a day, never got addicted, but did not live a very good life for a while. So I am just so grateful to be able to share this next 30 minutes of working out with all of you, doing my favorite things, living my best, knowing that you might be able to take just one thing away from today and applying it to your own life and leveling your own life up. It's all about leveling up. It's not about how old you are, because according to Peter Pan, once you grow up, you can never go back. So I refuse to grow up. I'm just taking responsibility and I'm living right from wrong and learning from my consequences of my actions, of whatever it is life brings. So it's all about lessons learned and adapting, adjusting, pivoting, redirecting, and being the best version you can by making a difference in others. So thank you for being here today. What we are going to do today, again, we're going to do 3 10-minute segments. So if you need to grab a drink in between, reset your unit. If you're on a 15-minute program, preset program, keep rolling through if you want to, or you can stop, pause, reset, start it all over again. It's up to you. Make it what you want. If you don't want to go a full 30 minutes, then take these into 10-minute segments and do 10 minutes once a day. Do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes middle of the day, 10 minutes in the evening, whatever you want to do. But these are my favorite exercises that I have been teaching over the years. These are my go-to for rehab, for working with professional athletes. I had a pro athlete in earlier this week, and he couldn't do some of these exercises. It was mind-blowing that he couldn't do these, but he could bench press 350 pounds. And I had to explain to him, you're only as strong as you are functional. So just because you are strong, bench pressing 350 pounds doesn't mean you're good at what you do, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So this is going to be like a total body experience where we can address all of the links and connect them all together. I'm not going to use music today. I was reading some of the comments from past workouts the last couple of days, and music is a hit or miss with people. So if you want to listen to music, music is very motivational to me, but it is tricky making sure that we're playing the music that everybody loves. So if you want to turn on music in the background and work with the beat at the pace of the music, please feel free to do that. If you have questions, please post in the comment section, and I will expand on some of those with some answers that you might be of interest. I won't stop a program in order to teach or share some of those answers, but what I will do is I will come back after the program is over with, and I will share links to buying whatever gadgets you need in order to match what I've got. Again, the Waver Mini is one of my favorites. It's a much smaller unit. It's this one over here. Super light. I travel with that one. That one goes with me from place to place when I'm taking the vibration platforms with me. The Rumble X Plus is my other favorite because it's completely flat, but it has 3 motors, so it packs a punch. I've got the adjustable dumbbells behind me on the rack in the corner. I got the NordPod behind me, which I'm not going to be doing a cold water immersion exercise, but my extra set of dumbbells is sitting on top of that. So if you're trying to save space and multitask, the NordPod can handle a tremendous amount of weight on top when it's whether it's full of water or not. But I do have the adjustable dumbbells that are over there. The ones I have on the NordPod Plus are up to 12 pounds. The ones that are on the rack over here behind me, they go up to 25 in 5-pound adjustment increments. I've got the Horizon Balance Trainer. It is one of my favorite exercises to work with as well, or pieces of equipment to work with. And then I've got the hyperextension back strengthening bench in the back corner that I might throw in some extra exercises. If you're trying to dial in on the bat wings or the extra tire, that unit is my favorite for addressing all of this, getting that V look going on and getting those low back muscles to pop just right. It's also tones into these abdominals. So we're going to get it all. We're going to get the abs. We're going to get the arms. We're going to get the legs. We're going to get some booty going on. And if you have limits, just modify. We're just going to start out nice and easy, just loosening up. Our body loves to move in spirals and circles. So we're going to get some belly and some booty circles and some shoulder circles. And then we're going to amplify it up a few notches at a time through each step of the way. And then I'm going to end with a little bit of some stretching, mobilizations or mobility circuits, laying flat on the mat, not using any of the Life Pro products, but just taking you through some exercises that you can use first thing in your morning, middle of your day, end of your day, in order to stay nice and fluid and loosey-goosey, and then the day continues on. So here we are. We're going to get started. Make sure you got your water, and if you have any questions or have any trouble with some of my instruction, please post in the comments so I can be aware of it. All right. So again, we're going to start with, I'm going to start on the Rumble X, just loosey-goosey, getting nice and free and flowing so that when we do get to the strength component, that your body is ready to go. You're going to need your mini loop bands that came with your product, whatever those might be. Thank you, Christy, for the birthday wishes. 47 on Sunday is what it's going to be, so I'm super excited. I always celebrate my birthday for a month because I made it to 47, and there are a lot of people who don't make it to 47. So I tend to celebrate this birthday party for a whole month. People think I'm nuts, but you know what? You only die once. Everybody likes to say YOLO, you only live once, but I like to say YODO, you only die once. So you got to live it up while you can. And I have faced death several times already, and I'm not ready to go yet. We got things to do. We got purpose to live. So you're going to need your mini loop bands. I don't have my Amber Squishy Ball, so we will modify the Amber Squishy Ball process, but I'm just going to use the product accessories that come with Life Pro's products, none of the extra stuff. But if you've done some of my other videos in the past, you'll find some of Amber's favorite fitness tools that are sold on Amazon, the Amber Squishy Ball and the Mark Bell Hip Circle, as well as the armbands. I left the BFR armbands behind today, but any other time I'm using them. I just didn't want to inconvenience your time and putting them on right in the middle of the program. So this is about you and celebrating all of you as well. So here we go. Happy to see you guys today. All my favorite people are in the house. Okay. So we're going to start with just relaxing, getting loose. Let me adjust my camera here so that you can all see all of me. This is always the fun part. And if you have trouble hearing me, make sure and let me know. All right. So again, our body loves spirals and circles. So I just want you, I do everything barefoot when I can, because when we can use barefoot neurosensory, it actually enhances how our brain functions. It reduces the onset of dementia. It reduces anxiety, because 80% of the small nerve and large nerve cell bundles that provide our feedback to the brain with information about where we're at in space and center of gravity are on the skin, on the bottom of your feet, and on the palms of your hands. So the more that you can enhance enrichment to the palms and to the bottom of the feet, the more it kind of changes how your brain regulates and changes the brain waves in a very positive way. So we're just going to roll those arms. I want you to imagine when you're doing this exercise, I want you to take your fingers, middle fingers, put them along the side of your pants, and your middle fingers are going to stay there. The shoulders are going to move more than the hands are going to move. Okay. Why? Because we can move the hands a lot, but we're not actually getting this. So we're working on moving the shoulders, not so much moving the hands. I wore my pink breeches today, so you can actually see some of this stuff, because when I wear black, it's a lot harder to see. So we're moving those shoulders, keeping those fingers on the outside of your thighs. I like to trace my middle finger in contact with my outer thigh. IT band is what a lot of people call that area. We're going to go forward. If you're really good going backwards, but you're not so good going forwards, what are you going to do more of? You're going to do whatever you're weak at, because you're only as strong as your weakest point or your weakest movement. So we're going to work on leveling up in that area. So rolling those shoulders forward. Okay. Now we're going to take those arms level, and we're going to draw circles with our fingertips, keeping those knees nice and soft. Do not want to lock out those knees. That's a bad idea for energy transfer. So just, and we don't have to go super fast. We don't have to go super slow, but I just want you to work on just little circles. They don't have to be pretty. Now we're going the other direction. So we started going forward. Now we're taking those circles behind us, away from us. Okay. And thank you all so much for being here. Super excited. I've got so many wonderful things to be grateful for. It's been one incredible year. This has been probably the hardest year of my entire life. And I have grown more in this last year in mind, body, and spirit than I have in 20 years. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, this next exercise, I want you to pretend like you're holding a teacup in the palm of your hand. Take the teacup away from you, push it away from you, lift up top so that your palm is flat, and get rid of it. Okay, so again, holding the teacup, keeping the knees nice and soft. We're going to take it away from us, lift away straight, palm stays flat so that you don't drop your teacup. And I'm bending so you can see. Bring it up over the top of your head and release. So when you're going in full motion, this is what it looks like. Okay. But some people are going to do this where their arms are way out. We got to work on making sure that we are lifting tall, opening this up, and release. Take it into the palm of the other hand. Take it away from your body, push away, lift tall with the wrist is flat. Don't pour the tea on yourself. Get rid of it. Starting with a fresh palm of tea, take it away, push away, lift tall, release. Now, what we do backwards, we must do forwards as well. I'm doing this off the platform so you can see better, okay? So now we're taking the tea away from us. We're lifting tall so that we don't pour it. Rotate around and release. I'm going to do this from a kneeling standpoint so you can see all of this. Okay, palm, teacup in the palm. Take it away like you're serving it. Give it away. Lift tall, but keeping the wrist flat so you don't pour the tea. Rotate around. Use your hips. Release. Okay. So when you're on the vibration board, lift tall, palm is flat. Rotate. Use your hips to open up and release. Lift, push away, palm flat, rotate, release. So it almost looks like we're backwards swimming, but nobody does it right until I break it down. Okay, so if you have shoulder problems, if you have neck, back problems, this is going to help in opening that up. Okay, all right. So when we get into fluidity, we're going forward and we're spiraling, and then we're going backwards and we're spiraling. But look how wide open I'm opening, and look at how much the hips are moving, okay? Now, chest and shoulders. I want you to draw circles with your chest. So imagine your pec line or your nipple line. You're drawing circles around and around and around, okay? Drawing circles around and around, specifically using your chest. When you can learn to separate these joints, your body moves so much more freely, and it actually loves to move like that. If you're feeling some crinkling, crackling, popping, and you're a little worried about that, that's normal. That's called fibrotic adhesions. And you have the ability, you're not going to tear anything by doing this. Our body actually needs this motion. And you're probably going to be really good going one way and not so good going the other way. So just have fun with it. Okay, so we're using our chest in order to circle around and around. Okay, next up, belly button. Okay, so let's do this together. We're going to go belly button forward, belly button back, belly button forward, belly button back. We're going to go belly, hip to the side, hip to the side, hip to the side, hip to the side. So we put it all together, belly forward, hip to the side, belly back, hip to the side, belly up, out, back, and around. So when we're doing this, we're using our belly button. So you should have a separation between your ribs and your hips. Really important, especially for managing back pain, keeping our hips and our ribs spaced out, because the number one hip flexor that causes all low back pain, it actually starts right here underneath the ribs. So if we can learn how to separate that by circling our belly button like a hula hoop, okay, then we're going to open up all these muscles. We open up the diaphragm, and we get more benefit as to how we feel. All right, now we're working the hips, okay? So kind of like a weeble wobble. So before, it was all here in the belly, okay? All about the belly. Now it's all about the hips. So we're going to go hips forward, hips back, okay? Hips forward, squeeze those cheeks, hips back. Squeeze the cheeks, hips back. Hips to the side, hips to the other side. And so it's kind of like a weeble wobble, all right? So I want you to get on your board or your platform, whatever you want to call it, plate, there's all different kinds of words for it. But we're going to use those hips and circle on around. And again, you can do this any part of the day. You can do this first thing in the morning. You can do this middle of the day when you've been sitting all day. You can do it at the end of your day. Doesn't matter. Just do it. Okay, from here, now we're working our knees. We're going to go in and out, okay? If you need to do this from a seated position, you sure can. Have a seat behind you on a box or on a stool. Work those knees in and out, okay? We're opening up these hips, forcing these thighs to work a little bit more, okay? So in and out, get a little flow, a little bit of funky, right? Okay, so in and out. Now, if you want to bring your knees together, a little closer together, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go knees together. Doesn't matter if you've got knee pain, if you have knee issues, this is meant to happen to your body. We're moving the knees as a unit, but we also have to make sure we're moving our hips together, okay? So knees together, drawing circles, okay? That's all I want you to worry about. So from the side angle, moving those hips and the knees together. Okay, the job of the knee is to connect energy transfer from the foot ankle to the hip. So we're going to call these knee circles. Awesome. Okay, now the other thing I want you to think about, piggly wigglies. I'm barefoot. I want you to lift those piggly wigglies up to the nose. I want you to grip them down to the ground. Piggly wigglies up to the nose, down to the ground. Lift the toes up, drop the toes down, okay? Now, all together, we're just gonna free flow. I'm keeping my britches up because they keep slipping down. That's a good problem to have, right? That's right. So now we're just a little free flow wherever you wanna go. We can tie it all together. No way, no rhyme, no reason, just because you can flow in an omniscient directional pattern that feels really good to you. Okay, so we can go waving in and out. We can go bopping hips in and out. It's all about coordination. It's all about what makes you feel loosey-goosey, because movement is medicine and motion is lotion. All right? Okay, that's the end of the first 10 minutes. So the next 10 minutes, we're going to work on getting into some more open spaces, but I'm going to go ahead and light us on fire with these arms. So if you have some dumbbells, I wouldn't go any heavier than 5 to 7 pounds. So 5 to 7 pounds is all I'm going to end up in doing. I'm going to use the adjustable dumbbells by Life Pro, but we're going to work some upper body, and we're going to need our mini loop band, because I'm going to take this from a standing, working our legs and arms at the same time with weights, to really being more specific down on the palms. And I'm going to use the Waver Mini for this next one. You can continue to use whatever you have. If you have the Rumble X Pro, I'm just demonstrating this on a couple different units so that our friends who are watching, whatever unit you might have, you feel like you're a part of the party from the convenience of your home, and seeing what Amber might do with the machine you already have versus seeing me using the same machine all the time. Okay, so go ahead and grab yourself a drink. Okay, so on the Rumble X Plus, it was the P2 setting. On the Waver Mini that I'm getting ready to use there, it's on a P9. So if you had an accident, I see you had a car accident and broke 2 ribs. I have not been going on my platform. Get on the platform, but go in a seated position with your legs on it, and it will actually help break up the scar tissue in your ribs, because you're going to develop a lot of scar tissue, which keeps your ribs from being able to move and expand. Rib fractures are incredibly painful, but the vibration actually will help clear out all the stuff that's accumulating. So if you can get on it after, make sure that you've had about 2 weeks off. If you have had the broken ribs, if you've had 2 weeks off and you've been stable, and your doctor tells you you can start walking, I would assume you're already walking, then you can get on the platform with your feet on it and your seat elevated so your hips are higher than your knees if you're in a seated position, and use it a lower level vibration so that you can actually feel it, because it will actually help your ribs heal faster if you do that. So don't discourage yourself away from the vibration boards just because you've been in an accident or you have an injury, because it will help heal you faster if you're on it. I do it in here every day with clients who are in pain. All right, let's make sure we got our water handy. Yeah, so if it's been 6 weeks, get on there, girl. Let's roll with it. All right. And then I got to grab one more thing, because I like to have a mat underneath of my hands when I'm loading heavy. When I'm just in contact with the Waver Mini, it feels really good on the palms. But when I'm actually loading my whole body weight, I like to have a mat underneath my palms. So I'm going to move this big dog out of the way so that I can turn this one sideways and you can see me from some different angles, so that you can see what my shoulders are doing as we progress through this program. But we're going to start from a standing position. There we go. All right, break is over, my friends. Time to jump back on board. So again, I'm on the Waver Mini. I'm using preset program 9. The higher it is, the more intense it is. I like intensity. If you're not ready for intensity, you don't have to go there yet. Just work within your own abilities and have some fun. So we're going to push start, and we are launch for movement. Okay, I got 7.5 pounds here. Okay, keep those knees nice and soft. Now we're going to get a little bit of our hips and our booty on this, because I want to make sure that we are loosening up and continuing to feel free and comfortable as we're doing these exercises. So shoulders are rolled back. So I want your shoulder blades down and back as if you were wearing pockets in your pants. Okay, down and back in your pants pockets. You're going to reach those weights down for your feet, keeping your head and your chest lifted. Don't drop and round. Keep your head and chest tall. So from an angle, shoulders are rolled back into your back pockets. We're going to drop down, but those shoulders are staying nice and elevated. So head and chest is up, and we're just down here. We're going to go pulling up. So I want you to think about driving those elbows into your sides. You can go weights across, or you can go weights to your side. It's up to you. You can mix and match. So we can go elbows up in front, or we can go elbows tucked into the side, whichever you prefer. But that's what it's going to look like as we're going at a pace that you can tolerate. So keeping that head chest nice and tall, keeping your back nice and steady and flat. Bring those weights up to your chest, slowly drop them back down. If you want to go to the sides, bring those elbows up. Just think about driving those elbows along your sides. We're just holding and squeezing. And we're doing as many of these reps as we feel comfortable we can do. But what I love about this exercise, we're getting our low back, we're getting our booty, we're blowing out the calves as far as flushing the toxins out. So if you got restless leg syndrome, or if you are dealing with some plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, we're not stressing the legs, but we're in a position in which they can elongate. There's 3, here's 2, and here's 1. Yeah, I double dosed that. So you got a little bit across and you get a little bit to the side. Okay, next up is we're gonna have palms facing up, and we're alternating curls side to side, getting into a little bit of a partial squat, okay? If you wanna mix this up a little bit and you don't wanna stay in the standing position, okay, we can drop out, curl, and lift tall. Drop down, curl, lift back nice and tall. So there's ways we can mix this up and get more pack for a punch. And if you wanna stay same side, do 5 to 10 on one side. So do 2 more here. There's 2, and there's 1. And then we can go to the other side. What I like about that option is not only are we shaking out the booty, feeling the junk in the trunk, making itself loosey-goosey, yeah, you gotta mobilize the fat cells in order to be able to utilize the energy within them. And movement is the secret to doing that. Walking is an easy way to regulate our hormones. So if you're not walking every day at a brisk pace, start there. If you're wanting weight loss, fat loss, because it is the fastest way to regulate the hormones is walking. Let's do 2 more. But what I like about this one is you can feel if there's one side bothering you more than the other. If you're wanting to alternate side to side, we drop down, curl, and we switch sides in between. So there's 10. 1 to each side counts as 1. Here's 9. We're gonna go 8. Nice work. I don't like to be one of those people that talks the numbers out all the time, especially if you're listening to music in the background. Heart rate is up. Here's 5, halfway there, right? Make sure you're aware of what you're feeling. Got 3 more left to go. 3. Almost done. Finish strong, feel the burn. Last one right here. Nice job. Okay. Woo! That was good stuff. All right, now here's what I want you to remember. When it comes to bringing the arms up or straight arms up in front, we're gonna do less weight than if we were curling or if we are pulling. So I'm gonna offload from 7.5 pounds down to 5. If you are using 5s, you're gonna wanna offload down to 3s, unless you are already confident using your 5s. All the power to you. You know what you can do. Okay, so we're gonna hold what I call more of a chair pose. So we're gonna squeeze those knees together. Your feet do not have to be in a traditional quote unquote chair pose. You can be a little further out and squeeze those legs together, pushing hard together. You're gonna feel the energy more here along the outer thighs and into the hips and your back. Weights start right here in the middle. We're flying away and coming back down. So it's like we're flying and making our wings work. And you do at whatever pace. Maybe you can only go super slow, which is actually harder. So if you're trying to get the maximal burn, if you're wearing those BFR bands today and you want to feel the burn and embrace it, because it's like the fastest biohack to getting lean and skinny, then you're going to go slower so you can recruit more muscle fibers. Or if you need momentum in order to create better flow, then just roll with it. So we're just flying away. And then we're going to take those arms a little longer. And now we're going more straight, which works a different part of your neck, shoulders, and back. So you work with whatever feels comfortable for you. But I like to say when we start to feel like we are on fire, burning like crazy, we're going to do 3 to 5 more. So here's 5, 4, 3, 2, last one right here. All right, stand nice and tall. Right? Now, just take those arms and twisty. Nice and controlled. Make sure you got a good grip in your palms. We're just twisty. Why? Well, my friends, most people are going to be curled inward, nice and tight. So this side of their body gets very, very tight. We got to open that back up. And so when we are twisting in motion, spiraling, we are working every muscle in contact from the palms of our hands all the way up to our neck where they all attach. So let's just work on twisting and rotating. With control, you can go as slow or as fast as you want to go. If you want to twisty, rotatey, working up, you won't feel this discomfort today, but by golly, in the next 48 hours, you will definitely feel if you've got some muscles that are off, like that have not been working for a while. They're just lazy. And when we decide that we have to recruit them by using other muscles, doing movements we're not used to doing every day, that's when the body decides it needs to change. When we do the same things over and over and over again every day, our body will no longer adapt. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're doing the same routine every day, you have to switch it up like every couple of days because your body gets used to it, no longer develops the resistance to it. Okay, so that's all with our dumbbells today. Go ahead and grab that yellow mini loop band, which is the lightest level. And we are going to go face down. So palms, this is the easiest. It's gonna be too easy for me, I can already feel it. So I'm gonna go red. Red is the medium intensity. And there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, what I want you to think about is pushing a big bear off of you. Imagine that Amber is on your back and you got to get Amber off of your back. Okay, you're going to see my muscles on my backside pop pretty big when I go to push the bear off me. So if we're on our hands and our knees here, okay, shoulders are squeezed together. I'm going to push the bear away. Okay, arms are going to stay nice and tight. Think about keeping them locked out. We're just going to tap to the outside. Okay, tapping to the outside. And we'll do 10 in a row on one side, just like that. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to switch and go the other side. Okay, we're just getting acquainted with this exercise. We're getting comfortable with it, making note that we're doing it right, pushing the bear away, keeping those arms nice, locked and loaded and tight. Little tappity tap to the outside. 3, 2, 1. Now from there, we're going to go out, out, in. Okay, I'm going to face you so you can see this. Okay, out, in. Okay, and yes, it's going to feel a little different at first. So starting right in the center, out, in. And then we're going to reverse. Out, in. Switch up which hand starts, and we're just switching every other time. Okay. Now, if you have a hard time with the amount of intensity on your vibration when you're tapping to the outside, it's okay. You can even go sideways. So we can start here, go out, in, and then we can turn sideways palms, out, in, out, in. That makes a big difference, okay? So let's try that. Let's go Reach out, palms and fingers away from you, back into the center. Out, out, in. Switch it up, out, out, in. My arms are a little on the sloppy side because I had some surgery back in January in my upper body, and I haven't had a chance to lift heavy in my upper body since, which means loading my own body weight. And so when you don't use your muscles, they turn to mush. It only takes 14 days to lose 50% of your muscle gains. So make sure you get at least one resistance training exercise in every 14 days. Okay, very good job, my friends. That's how you do it. If you wanted to go same side, tapping to the outside, you can do that as well. You're really going to feel it up here in the shoulder. Okay, if you have shoulder pain, by the way, those are the exercises that I give to my athletes, my professional athletes, as well as everyday people like yourself. Those are the exercises that I give them to overcome shoulder pain. And it does work. Those are shoulder rehab exercises, but we're turning it into a fitness component. So now I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm going to teach you how to turn this into a deep core workout. I think my waiver is set for 15 minutes and we're 3 minutes left. So we're just going to keep on going. And then I'll reset on the Rumble X Plus another 10 minutes. You're going to get some bonus time here. Tuck your toes underneath of you. Start with your hands in the center. Pick those knees up just a little bit. Just barely pick them up. Slowly drop them down. Take your hands a little wider with the band on. Pick those knees up. Yep, you're feeling this into your belly. If you feel your belly is shaky, 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 and you can feel the flubber going blah, 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 that's good. Keep doing it. That's how you're going to get your belly in nice toned looking shape. So pick those knees up. Now we are getting full on core. We're getting back, neck, shoulders. Let your head relax. So if you can't turn your head side to side, you're using your head too much, your neck too much. Let's step out with one hand, step out with the other hand, bring it in, bring it in. Yep, it is a very hard exercise. So for those of you who are bored with the others, game on, because I've got professional athletes who cannot do this one. So it's a lot of fun to kick their tail at 47. Whoop, whoop. So we're here. We're going in contact. We are picking those knees up. Step that hand out. Step the other hand out. Bring it in. Bring it in. Or let's stay centered with both hands. Just tap one hand to the outside. Really hard to do if you're not used to this. One of my favorites. Nice job. And again, you can turn that hand sideways if you choose to. Okay, let's drop those knees down because I know you're screaming at me like, oh my gosh, Amber, this is really burning. I know, it's the best thing ever. Okay, if you want to burn and dial on to where your arms are chiseling out and you are looking nice and toned, you got to experience the burn or you're not meeting that line of resistance threshold. Pick those knees up, tap to the outside on the other hand, tapping out. I have found a lot of the best athletes in the world, their greatest weakness, as crazy as this sounds, is their wrist. Their wrist is their greatest weakness. I had that in a professional football player earlier this week. Their wrist is their weakest point. And it was surprising, but it wasn't. For somebody who can bench press over 300 pounds, go ahead and drop it down. For somebody who can bench press over 300 pounds, but can't stabilize themselves on their wrist, that's a problem. Doesn't matter if you need to tape the wrist or not. So we're going to turn the palms out really wide. We're just going to pick those knees up, take one leg out into a push-up position. We're not doing a push-up, we're just bringing them back in. We got 15 seconds left on my clock. So hands are out wide, pick those knees up. One leg goes out, one leg goes out, one knee in, relax. We're going to do one more. Pick them up, take it out, bring it in, drop it down. All right, arm core workout complete. Next segment, legs, hips, thighs, booty, my favorite stuff. You want buns of steel? We're going to give you buns of steel. Buns and guns, that's what we like. Okay, make sure you grab that drink. You're going to need it. Make sure you choose a heavier resistance band for the lower body because you're going to want that in order to make your time worth it. I'm going to choose the blue band. Keep that up there to the side. Whew, it's a good day for a good program with all of you. Okay, blue band is what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to choose the P2 program on the Rumble X Plus. Again, because it is my favorite. Why? Because it provides the greatest amount of variability, program changes throughout, can't get comfortable with it, can't predict what's coming, body has to adapt and adjust, body changes, game on, okay? So here we go. And after we do this, then I'm gonna take you through some calming, deep core abdominal exercises with lower belly, so you can tone out those abdominals. It's one of my greatest strengths is the abs, and we're gonna end that way with some deep relaxation, and then we get to go on about our day, and Amber's gonna continue to party up for 47. Okay, so P2, coming up. You're gonna put that band around the ankles. I don't put it up high because it's a tender point on me. I use a hip circle up high, but I'm just gonna stick with this band here today, just for demo reasons. And we're gonna have us a little bit of fun working our booty for 10 minutes. That's all we gotta do, 10 minutes, we got this. Okay, so P2 starting. I want you to take your feet as wide as you can wiggle out. And I want you to keep those knees nice and soft. Take those fingertips along the outside of your pants, trace those fingers down to touch the band, stand back tall, and I want you to imagine that I've given you a $100 bill that you have to keep safe and secure. So you're gonna put that in your butt crack so nobody can take it. Benjamin Franklin is on a $100 bill, so squeeze Benjamin with your butt. So we're going to drop down with those hands to touch the band, whatever band you got on. We're gonna stand tall as we're squeezing that $100 bill. Squeeze Benjamin with your butt, okay? Dropping down, tracing down, rising tall, squeezing tight, okay? From a side view, we're gonna be like this, taking those fingers, sitting back, like you're trying to hover over a toilet, squeeze, 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 squeeze until you get all the way up, okay? Yep, if you feel lots of wrinkles and dimples, that means we're shaking it up just right. So keep shaky, shaky. Now, if your low back hurts you when you do this, don't hesitate to round out and squeeze your butt. If you don't want to keep your back flat, that's okay. We just do a hinge instead. So what does that mean? We're sitting back, tracing down. We get to here, we're like, man, my back hurts. Okay, well, let the back go, round your back, squeeze that $100 bill as tight as you can, and then stand tall. You can do it that way. There's no rules against that because we're not loading any weight on our shoulders. It's just us. Sit back, cover the toilet. Got to pee in the hole. Don't pee on your feet, as I like to say. Round the back, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Benjamin with your booty and stand nice and tall. So if you do have low back pain getting into that position, just switch it up. Just round that back out, okay? So again, dropping down, touch the band, roll, squeeze tight, squeezing Benjamin with your butt first. Drop down, rise up, however you want to. Now we're gonna reach for the ankles. So sliding down the inner thighs, getting that mobility that we need. Rise, roll the shoulders back. Drop down, feel those inner ankles. Stand tall as you round those shoulders, roll them back down. Shoulder pockets into your pocket, shoulder blades into your pockets. Have a seat, slide down hands, round it up, roll it out. Very good. Okay, so we've warmed up with those squats. Feet come nice and closer together. We're not touching yet. Just keep your feet close together. Step it out, step it in. I want you to get balance here, okay? Step it out, stepping it in. We need to make sure we are making contact on 3 prominent points on the bottom of our feet as equally as possible in order to be as balanced as we should be. So when you're balancing on your board, point A, base of your big toe, B, outside of your little toe, C, center your heel. Makes a triangle, okay? I want you to balance on those 3 points of the triangle as equally as you can with the board. Okay, so both feet, you can feel those 3 points equally. Okay, we call that triplanar foot position. Step out, step in. Make this a little bit harder on our booty. Take a hand and put it in the very center of your knee as you're tapping out. What does that do? It is lighting your butt on fire. At least it's lighting mine on fire. Okay, I'm keeping all my weight on my stable foot. So in other words, I'm not traveling with the foot, I'm staying behind, stabilizing Hand, palm on the knee, not up here, down here if you're wanting butt. Okay, it's a step touch. Step it out, touch it back in. Yep, booty on fire. I'm gonna turn this to the side so that you can see what that looks like. So we start center, widen your stance just a tad. Okay, hand, palm on the knee, step it out. This cheek isn't going anywhere. It's staying right behind the heel, not moving with. If it's moving with, it looks more like this, okay? But no, we're staying still. And it burns. Burn, baby, burn. That booty is gonna turn into a cantaloupe from a watermelon shape. Nice, round, and plumptuous, okay? We're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna stand on the other leg, whichever leg you didn't start with. Palm goes into the knee. We're just tapping it out. But all of our weight stays stable on that one leg, which forces our butt to fire, forces our hamstrings to stay in tune, and our quads are getting lots of resistance, which is awesome if we're trying to develop beautiful legs. Okay? So if we travel with, then you actually move with, and you'll feel yourself bouncing a little bit more. We want to do this as if there's a wall right here and nobody can see us moving behind the wall. It's that subtle, but man, it packs a punch. Let's do 10 more right here. 10, 9, there's 7. You know it. Almost there. 3 here. 2, last one right here. Good. Woo! Give your hips and your booty a little patty pat. Shake those toxins out. Less than 5 minutes here. From here, we're gonna go out, out, drop down, rise up, bring it in, bring it in. Out, out, drop it down, rise tall, bring it in, bring it in. You can start whichever side you feel stable. Drop down, in. We can speed it up. Boom, boom. So don't worry about whether you get the footing right. Just have fun with it. That's the most important part. If you want to go touching heels behind, you got to sit lower to touch your heels than you have to do to touch your ankles. So you can touch your heels behind, which means you got to get low, low and go. Good. Okay, right here. Drop it. Hands on those knees. Good defensive ready position, right? Knees in and out. This is not about the knees. Remember, keep those 3 points on the bottom of your foot stable, in and out. Burning on fire. That means we are toning, we are shaping, we are beautifying, and we are improving in overall function. Good. 10, 9, 8. Here's 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Nice job. All right. We're going to start feet closer to the center. We're going to step back. Step 2. Drop down, touch, come back 2. I like to call this ready, set, go. We're actually dropping down into a little bit of a split stance, a little bit of a split squat. Okay, so from an angle. And if the band throws you off, you can get rid of the band if you want to. You're still going to get great benefits. We've got a few more minutes left on this one. This is one of my favorites. I call it ready, set, go. So we're here. We're going to step back, drop down, step 2. Step it back, drop down, step 2. And again, if you decide to get rid of the band, drop back a little wider, step 2, nice and soft. So if we've got eggs sitting here on the platform, we don't want to crunch the eggs. We want to be very soft. You can even go balance. So those of you that are wanting to work balance, you can go single leg and not even touch your foot. Very hard to do. Total body exercise. We're getting those ribs. We're getting the back. We're getting the hips and the booty. It's good stuff. 10. Here's 9. If you need a little bit of balance, just touch the edge. Good. lost count, so we're gonna do 5 right here. Here's 5. Here's 4. Yep, booty on fire. 3, 2, last one right here. Nice job. We're down to the final minute. So let's switch legs. Whichever leg you didn't use, you're balancing on now. Step back, touch, come 2. Step back, touch, come 2. We're gonna blow this out the next 30 seconds. All on. 35 seconds, I'm not counting. Sometimes I just go for time. If you get tired of counting like I do, I just like to listen to music and go to the beat. Okay, going single leg. Okay, we're just gonna go an all out blitz burn. Yeah, 20 seconds right here. Burn it up. Again, if you need to cheat that little toe, you can touch that. If you want more burn in the booty, take a bigger step back. Bigger step back, deeper single leg squat. Woo! There you go. You made it. Grab that drink. Oh, that felt great. All right. Now, I'm going to move the vibration boards out of the way for us to do our little cool down here. I do want to show you another piece of our equipment that is a favorite. This has been something I've been using for almost 30 years, and Life Pro came out with it so we can do it at home. But you basically stand with your ankles supported, okay? And the idea here is bending forward, squeeze those cheeks as you rise up. To make it harder, you're gonna bring your arms up over your head, which is gonna work more of your back muscles and your abs. So that's working butt, abs, hips, back. But you gotta remember, you're squeezing Benjamin with your butt the whole time. If you're letting the $100 bill slip, you're missing the muscles that are supposed to be doing all the work, and you end up using your low back instead. So we don't want to do that. You can bend forward just a tad, and you can trace those pants with your fingers and just do some side as you rise up tall, dropping down. Yep, they call this a hyperextension bench, okay? Another thing that you can do with these, it's a little harder to do with this one because it does not have a flat surface that you can use, but we drop down and we reach. So reach overhead, pull straight up and down, okay? So you can also do that as an opportunity to really strengthen and chisel out those side abdominals. This is one of my favorite exercises to do for side abs, okay? So that's how I like to use that if you're wanting to really dial in on abs. When it comes to the Horizon is a favorite piece of equipment that we came out with about 3 or 4 years ago, if I remember right. And I like to use it as a prop, not only to open up my back, but also to open up my hips. So if you have a Horizon, go ahead and grab it. And if you don't, it's okay. You can still do all these exercises without the Horizon, okay? Now, we've got, looking at my clock, we're gonna go 10 minutes or less so that I don't keep you too long. You can do all of these. Your instruction manual will tell you that you wanna limit your vibration to 30 minutes max a day. You can actually go as long as your body tells you that you feel good. So there's days that I've used the Rumble X for an hour or 2, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some total body workouts, and it didn't set me back, and I've got autoimmune disease, so it actually helps me. But you don't want to go all in the first couple of weeks that you're getting acclimated with it. Give yourself some time to adjust and adapt to it. But if you're somebody who really enjoys the feeling of being on your vibration plate, then feel free to get on it as often as you need to. There's really no quote unquote rules as to limits. It's a very personal thing. And we share that in the user manual because of liability and making sure that we're protecting those of you who are going hard from the very beginning that probably shouldn't go hard from the very beginning. We try and make it so that you're having to think a little bit harder before doing too much. So I have done a lot of hours on these things, and I'm getting younger as the years go by. So let me adjust my mat here so you can see better. But you're going to start with laying on your back. And what I'm going to do, if you have not already learned from the hip pelvic floor exercise video, go back and watch that, because if you're trying to get dialed in with your core here, that is the best video that I've ever done in showing you how to get the abs, the glutes, the hips, and how to tie it all in together. You can work on getting that 6-pack or the 12-pack on the outside, but if you're not working it from deep within the pelvic floor and the hip girdle, if you're not working the inside first, it doesn't matter what you do on the outside because it doesn't work. Okay? So I want you to tilt your hips towards you. I like to say bone your chin. So bone your chin. So you're tilting your fancy belt buckle towards your chin, which closes off this air pocket. And you're going to push the horizon away from you as you lift and squeeze Benjamin with your butt. It's a lot to think about, okay? We're going to reload. So we're going to relax, which means you'll be able to slide underneath of your back. If you take one of your resistance mini loop bands and lay it underneath of your back, when you do this right, when you tilt those hips back, you should not be able to pull the rubber band out. It should be so tight from your back to the ground that you should not be able to pull that out, okay? So let's reload. So now we can pull out the band. Now we're putting the band back under. And now I'm going to tilt my hips towards my chin, and I'm going to push my feet down into the horizon, pulling the band, not going anywhere. And we're going to push our hips through the roof, squeezing Benjamin with our booty. Okay, we're going to open those knees up, bring those knees in together, drop down. Okay, we're going to roll forward so you can pull that rubber band out, and we're going to do it all over again. So tilt under, bone your chin, push the sky away with the hips, open the knees, got to keep those hip flexors wide open, back down, and drop. Nice job. That's just the basics, okay? What I want you to work on now is let's keep those hips nice and mobile, because the older we get, the more stiff our hips get, okay? So our feet are on top of the horizon. We're just going to let our knees rock to the side. Just let your knees rock. It's okay if you feel a major pull in your back. It's meant to do that. And I want you to try and keep your right shoulder blade. If my hips are going to my left, my right shoulder blade stays down on the ground. We're going to bring one knee up and then bring the other knee up. When you get strong enough that you can bring both knees up together using your abs, not using your hips, that's when you're really making progress. Okay, so we're going to rock those knees. They're glued together. Ankles, knees are stuck like glue, and we're really pulling to the side. Bring those knees back to center using those abdominals, okay? Again, if you think about boning your chin, it amplifies this. So we bone the chin, rock those hips to the other side. I just felt my back pop, 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 pop. I can feel the bands of adhesions of the fascia like breaking down, which is a good thing, because we can have too much of a good thing. And bringing back center and release. So now you can slide the hand under. Let's squash the hand or squash the band. Let those knees drop to the side. I want you to take your, my hand is my right hand. My knees are to the left. Taking my right hand, reach as far over your head as you can. And you're reaching for the wall that you can barely touch, if not able to touch. And you're going to feel this opening up your armpit, your ribs, your chest line. Okay, bring that hand back down. Bring those knees back to center. Release those hips. Let's zone back in on boning and squashing underneath so that we can't slide the hand underneath the back. Let those knees roll to the other side. Yep. Oh, there's the pop, 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 pop. Feels so good. That's what the vibration platform does. It loosens all that up so that when you want to elongate it, you can. Take that arm and reach. Reaching hard, trying to reach somebody's hand that's reaching out for you. And you should feel that whole stretch all along this whole line, all the way down to your ankles. It feels so good. Bringing those hips back into the center. Now, we're going to bring those knees to our chest, okay? Bringing those knees to our chest. Arms are at the side like a T, and we're dropping those knees to our side. Just like we did, except our feet are off the horizon. Reach that hand up and over, and drawing big line into the sky, into the ceiling. Draw a line. Good. Bring that arm back down to the side. Bring those knees back to the center, using those abs, not using your hips. Roll to the other side. Good. Now, bringing that arm up overhead, reach, reach, reach. Draw a line through the sky, straight line over your body. Nice and easy. Good. One more. Awesome. Bring that arm back to a T formation. Bring those knees back in. Okay. We're just going to go side to side, nice and easy. Just roly-poly, using those abs, keeping that low back in contact with the floor as we come through the center. So really squash that back down to the floor. We can take our arms a little higher into a Y formation. So this requires more abs. Ah, it feels so good. Very nice job. Okay, now this next exercise is called Happy Baby in the yoga world. Okay, it is called Happy Baby in the yoga world. And I love this position because if you have low back pain, if you have sacroiliac joint pain, or pain like right around your butt crack, right above your butt crack or to the sides of it, this exercise helps to shut that down and helps to open your hips up the way they should be. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back, but you're either going to grip here to the outside of your feet or the outside of your calves, or you're going to grip to the inside of your toes. So I'm going to show you how this looks without the horizon. But it's like if you look at babies when they're happy and they're laying on their back and they're learning how to move, they're just free and flowing. So we're going to go knees to our chest, okay? We're going to open our legs and our feet come up. We're going to take our hands wherever we can reach. And if you don't want to lift your head up, you don't have to. But if you just want to reach for those calves, and we just roly-poly, just a little rock, just a little cradle movement. If you can get your hands down on your feet and pull your knees down and rock and roll, this is where the SI joint kind of resets. And this is where it feels really, really good. And this is not going to hurt you. Your body's meant to be in this position. You're not going to blow a disc. This will actually help any kind of a disc injury. This makes the difference in trying to get everything to shift back into position. Okay, so that's hands on the outside of the feet. If you take your hands and you grip your big toe and just pull on your big toes, and that's how you're roly-pulling. You can take your feet even wider. Roly-poly. Like I said, it's a happy baby. It feels really good. It's opening up your back. It's opening up your hips. It's opening up your groin. It's opening up your SI joint. It just feels good. And we just roly-poly. Good job. All right, we're going to roll back up. We're going to turn over to our hands and our knees if you can get onto your hands and your knees. And what I want you to do is just round out your back, big, big rounding. And I want you to rock towards your hips, nice and slow. Hips to heels, round out the back, drive your hips back into your heels if you can. If you've had a total knee replacement and this is a little sore, it's okay. Put some pillows underneath of you and you just do whatever you can do. If you can't rock back, then just round your back and then create a little saddle back. So we push the bear off and we round and tuck our tail, and then we're going to go saddle back, and then we're going to wag our tail like a dog, like really happy, side to side. That also helps with SI joint pain, low back pain. Round it out, wag that tail. And if you think about it, wag the shoulders into the hips. Yes, we're meant to do this. We just don't do it because we get older and we forget to play and joke around. And guess what? It's Amber's birthday, so we're going to play because Amber doesn't want to grow up. Okay, the last exercise we're going to do here is we're going to sit back and we're going to take those arms away from us. Okay? I just want you to breathe in nice and deep. Blow out nice and long. Good. And each time, feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper at a time. Deep breath in. Blow out nice and long. Now, I want you to take your right arm, reach underneath of your armpit, and look to your left. So you're actually going to try and get your right shoulder on the ground. And if you can't, it's okay. But we're getting a nice stretch here. You're going to feel this in your low back and your hips. Take your other hand and reach behind to your low back and just enjoy this. We're actually meant to be in this position. We're supposed to be able to do this. The older we get, the harder it gets. Pushing those arms back out in front of us. Beautifully done. Take the left hand, reach through across underneath to the right side. Look to your right. Wave at Amber. Hello, everybody. Take that other hand behind your back. So you're getting a nice stretch in your pec region. Pec minor is always really tight for most people. If you decide you want to take it even higher and open up, you can open up that hand to the sky. You can draw a big circle overhead, that big line that we drew earlier. You can draw that. That will also help. Bring those arms back out in front. Draw a big rainbow to one side and sit and enjoy the stretch. Deep breath in, blow out long. Nice job. Going back to the other side, drawing the rainbow the other way. Nice deep breath in, blow out long. Nice work. Back to the center. Walk those hands up towards you, sitting on those heels, coming back up. Deep breath in. Push the energy away from you. Big, big circle. Deep breath in. And there it is, my friends. That is a birthday celebration workout with all of my favorites, and it was so wonderful. I got a really good sweat going on. Got the sweaty hair to prove that we got a good workout in. Love it. Yeah, we are good and sweaty, glowing. We got a glow to grow. So thank you all so much for being here today. I want to share with you a couple of my favorite quotes to end our session today, because the purpose that I have experienced and that I have discovered in sharing with all of you has been part of what has made me feel younger and has allowed me to create a younger being getting older. To the world, you may be just one person, but to one person, you may be the entire world. So again, to the world, I'm just one person. To the entire world, it's just me. But to all of you, I might be the entire world to all of you, because you get a new experience in your life. And maybe there's something I've done that has shown you that you can do things that you've never thought that you could do. And your world has just turned into something really special because I got to be a part of your day. So to the world, we're just one person. But to one person, we have the opportunity to be the entire world, to give them the entire world. This will be replayed and uploaded not only to the VIP Facebook group, but also to YouTube. So you're going to have access to Amber's birthday for the rest of our days going forward, and we can continue to celebrate each other with that awesome workout. Every person comes into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Every single person that comes into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And for many of you, I am beyond humbled and grateful to be part of your life for a lifetime. And if I'm just coming into your life for a new season in order to explore and share new opportunities for you so that you can find a younger, feeling better you that's not in pain, then we get to hang out with each other for a season. And so I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done for me. It's not a matter of skill, it's a matter of will. You got to have the willpower, and then the skill comes. So if you can't do what you're doing today, then just continue to work it. The YouTube channel, if you go to YouTube and you type in Life Pro, LIFEPRO, and then you hit subscribe, this video will be found there for pretty much forever. It's also available in the Facebook VIP group if you're part of Facebook. And if you have questions and you want to send me a private message, or if you want more information on some of the other things that you've seen in some of my other videos, or you want to send a message and telling me how we have made a difference in your life, how I've made a difference in your life, I love those kind of messages. That is the best birthday gift I can have from anybody, is what I've done to make a difference in your life, because I got to be part of it, because I live every single day with the intention of changing just one life. And when I continue to do that, I get an opportunity to get up the next morning because I still have more lives to change and more purpose to deliver. So if you would like to send a private message, my direct number is 317-446-7971. Again, 317-446-7971. And again, thank you all so much for the opportunity to serve you since 2019 is when I started with Life Pro, and the journey just gets better and better, and I feel younger and younger, And I get to see all of you age backwards as you continue to thrive in your life. And we get to do it together as a team, and we get to do it together with gratitude. So, on behalf of Life Pro and Joel and our other teammates, Debbie and Roseanne, and myself, thank you so much for watching. And just remember that Life Pro, we've always got you. And I'm known for the magic, and the magic is real. MAGIK, the magic is real. So go out and enjoy your day and spread some joy and spread the positive energy forward, because it always comes back full circle when you least expect it. Have an awesome day.